it happens. And, okay, so, yes, OBS is streaming, YouTube is streaming, and... What the... Oh, come on, you too, Psionics! They've updated their ban system. They want you to report inappropriate behavior online to combat racism, you know, all that jazz. Look at all this amazing stuff we're doing. Standard, you know. So I've invited you. Yeah, and... Oh, one moment. Okay, you can talk now? Yeah, it's a good thing I checked that. The OBS was not picking you up, so... Okay, try now.
Testing, testing.
Good,
1, 2.
good, there you are. Okay, you there? Or do you need another invite?
No, I'm getting in. Just 1 second. Need to go past
right.
the screens.
Yeah, I know, it's annoying, isn't it?
Here I am now.
But anyway, we're both here. We're both alright. I am in character, and yes, I'm still terrible at that. So anyway, glad you're all here, everyone. For the few people that are here, sorry it took a while to address you. It's me, V, again, back with Papa G. Say hello, Papa G.
Hi. Sorry, I was trying to see my controller is working this week, and it's not working. So back to... Let me see if I can try to figure it out.
Yes, but doesn't give him, and we do indeed have one hell of a lot of stuff to talk about today.
We wanted to do this yesterday, but I sadly ended up having, like, a bad stomach pains, so I wasn't feeling great, and I decided to go to bed early. And I forgot to tell Dolphin V that, so I left him hanging like a dick.
Because of that, now we have the PlayStation event that happened. It's a blessing in disguise, as far as I'm concerned.
Sorry I didn't tell you, though. I was just in such kind of pain that I forgot everything else and just decided I just want to go to bed, you know?
I understand the feeling.
But yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, right. The PlayStation 5 event. That happened. I'm fixing my chair. That happened. It's a thing.
Yes, there are 2 PlayStation 5s.
There is?
Yes. Did you not see that?
I ducked out at like the tail end of it, so I must have missed that.
There's a digital-only version and a disc version.
Oh, okay. The thing is, after the PlayStation 5 was revealed, I figured, oh, nothing else is gonna be revealed. It's probably just gonna be fluff information, so now it's a good time to duck out.
Yeah.
Turns out
I figured that's why they left it till the very end. They figured there's tons of people who only want to see the PlayStation 5 and don't care for anything else. So they deliberately left it to the end. Clever, Sony. A dick move, but clever. I commend you.
Well,
as a fellow asshole.
Well, I figured they already said most everything they had to say about the PlayStation 5, so I just said, okay, I see what it looks like now.
But as Marvel taught you nothing, there's always something else.
Well, yeah, but, like, I figured if there was anything, it would just be, like, fluff BS. Like, we have this technical blah, 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 and like, I don't really care that much about it. I just care about the games, you know?
Yeah. What did you think of some of those?
Oh, well, first, I have one question. Did they say that it was, just, like, that, is it possible to have both? Like, is there a version where you can play both digital and physical, or is there just one version?
Yes, the disc version.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the digital-only version with no 4K Blu-ray player.
Does the physical one cost more?
Well, yeah, it's got more hardware in it.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, there'd be no point in having 2 options if one didn't cost more.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's nice always have options.
I know. And
anyway.
The one that really stuck out to me was a game called Stray. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, that cat game.
Yeah, you play as a cat in a world full of robots. Okay.
I would like to talk more about it, but it's kind of like showed us no gameplay. I like the idea of you playing as a cat, but other than that, I can't really. I sort of have this opinion of like until I see gameplay, I don't really have much of an opinion on it because anyone can contract a third-party studio to make a pretty CG trailer nowadays and whatnot. So
Yeah, I know. There's
like
quite a
the
bit
con.
shown off. A surprising amount of small game indie content.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um.
I didn't get that.
Ghostwire Ghostwire Tokyo finally got some gameplay. Looks interesting.
Hmm.
Um.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
The, the, is that the game where you're fighting supernatural spirits in Tokyo?
Yeah.
I I wasn't entirely sure about that game. Was that supposed to be a horror or an action game or a little bit of both? I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be a little bit of both.
Well, kind of like a ridiculous horror game that's meant to be taken seriously, but you kind of can't due to how it looks. Was
I
that
don't know. I don't know. I think it is supposed to be generally creepy, but I don't know. I thought the gameplay looked cool.
Mm.
Did you think the gameplay looked cool, or you
Yeah.
were into it? Or...
I just couldn't really figure out what my feelings are on it.
Okay.
But I guess that describes most Japanese games like that, really.
Fair enough.
Yeah. In fact, most Asian countries, they have weird ways of advertising things. I mean, South Korea, you ever seen any of their commercials? They can get strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen an advertisement for a bottle of drinking water.
Oh shoot! I scored on our own team. I totally forgot.
We
that
all
one.
do it. It's fine. So saying, I saw one of their commercials for a bottle of drinking water, and some of the water comes out of the bottle and forms a cat head and starts jumping around before jumping into the glass.
I don't remember
The
that.
woman
That must-
No, that was a
gone.
South Korean commercial I've seen.
Oh, okay.
It's like their commercials can get a bit strange, so I guess their games would be the same. Or maybe it's just strange by my purest Western sensibilities. I don't know. Oh,
made
good,
up
you
for
redeemed
it
yourself.
before. Yeah, I redeemed myself.
Maybe my mind
Anyway.
just doesn't work the right way to appreciate their genius.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to talk about the event, whether it be game-wise or things they mentioned, or?
Well, there's the Arcane Studios game caught my attention.
Yeah.
Look kind
that
of like
looks-
Dishonored, I think.
Yeah, sounds kind of interesting. I'm curious on how the loop part is gonna work. Like they hinted at like there's gonna be some sort of like time travel-ish mechanic, and I'm wondering how that's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
On
Kind
top-
of like in Dishonored 2, maybe.
Oh, I haven't played that game yet.
There's a section of it that was probably ripped straight out of Titanfall where you traverse through this mansion, but you can instantly switch from the past and to the
Yeah.
future. Well,
I think I remember
present.
seeing that in one of the gameplay things at E3.
Yeah, it's like only there for one mission. It's like, why would you introduce that and then immediately get rid of it? You could make an entire game off just that concept.
Well,
And then Titanfall does it too.
That is interesting. I'm trying to think. What was that other game? There's some sort of indie high school furry game that was shown
Yeah,
off.
about music.
Yeah.
That was super
Interesting.
awkward, but it's gonna be uploaded to the YouTube soon. So, but
Interesting.
I didn't really get the whole point behind that one.
I just like to know what type of game is it. You know, is it like a dating simulator game? Is it like a point and click game? Is it rhythm game? Didn't really indicate what type of game it is. You know.
Some games just get very awkward. But that's the beauty of video games. There's something for everyone.
I'm really happy to see
That's
that.
why Trap Shrine exists.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see Demon Souls is getting some sort of
Oh,
remaster
yeah.
or remake. especially since like I think a year or two ago they shut down the servers for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it
I
was one
never
of the
played the
big
game. So,
games that started it all.
yeah. Impressively, on the PS3, I know it had like its servers open for like 9 years,
Yep.
which is impressive for a game like that.
Yeah, it was one incredible game.
Yeah. Now it's getting a remaster remake by Blue
Yeah.
Point Games, so that
Mm.
should be interesting.
Arguably, in its own way, it was even more difficult than Dark Souls. It just didn't have the same depth of the lore.
Yeah.
It was more spelt out. I mean, to give you an idea of how difficult it is, the very first boss fight is a supposed to lose boss fight, which should be pretty obvious for a Souls game. And then when you lose it, you get half of your health taken away.
Oh shit.
In fact, that happens every time you die. And to get that health back, you have to kill off the person who killed you.
Okay.
So there you go. This game takes away half your health until you can prove you're good enough to not need it. It's like, well, right from the start, it doesn't fuck around.
Um. Yeah, it should be interesting to see what the remaster remake thing is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's gonna be like it could be either or. It could be just regular remaster. It could be from a ground up rebuilding of it. So like, that's one thing people always mistake between remasters and remakes. You know.
Yeah. People said that Final Fantasy VII Remake was a lie. Guys, it's a remake, not a remaster. Stuff was going to be different about it.
Like, like my only problem is when they like call it like Final Fantasy VII remake a remaster and whatnot, or like I kind of annoys when people bungle up the terms because like remaster and remake are two completely different things. Remaster is just when you take basically the base game and just basically port it to another console or PC. Maybe sometimes fix a frame, add maybe up the graphics a bit, fix a frame rate. Maybe if you're lucky, add a tiny bit of content or whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the time it's just like it's no. Most of the time it's not much too more too advanced than a port. Well, a remake
Yeah.
is like we're building this game up from the ground up, sometimes on a completely different engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Blue Point has done some impressive work in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how good they do with Demon Souls.
Yeah. And then
Or
I'm curious.
Demon's Souls, as it's technically called, because the Japanese are bad at translating to English.
Yeah. I'm curious to see whether it'll be a remaster or a remake.
Yeah, remaster probably. I don't think they really need to do much with it. It was pretty good as it is.
Probably. Interesting if it also ends up going on PC, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it did. We'll see. And again, some surprising PlayStation-only games that are moving to PC recently.
Yeah.
I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn. Who saw that coming?
Yeah,
Persona
that was
4.
more like. Well, to be fair, if
And
you were paying
Catherine.
attention, to be fair, if you paid attention to the leaks that were going on, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise. But other than that, yeah. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but it was kind of leaked or speculated for a while that Horizon Zero Dawn was going to come to PC.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on Persona 4, those who don't know, it's not 100% official yet. It's more like 98% official. That a bunch of relatively what's it called? A bunch of relatively
Credible leakers.
trustworthy, credible and trustworthy sources have leaked that hey, Persona 4 Golden that is gonna come to PC on June 13th. Like
Yeah.
Atlas is confirmed to come to the PC Gamer Show. And the leaks are claiming that they're gonna announce it on June 13th and it's gonna come out the same day
Yeah,
for the
just
PC.
not Persona 5, apparently. Sony is still a little attached to that game.
Yeah.
Same with
And like,
Bloodborne, though I would like Bloodborne to come to the PC.
yeah. And like some more and like there is some more what's the word credentials or other things that kind of prove it might be true. Like I think it was discovered that like it has a Steam profile or something page, and I think people found it has some sort of Denbo page and whatnot, so it seems pretty confirmed. But I don't like saying it's fact until it's like actually factually released. But it seems
Yeah.
pretty factual right now. You know?
Yeah. So that, and I guess one thing I would like from them is the full Catherine experience.
You mean
You
Catherine full body?
only giving us Catherine Classic, and then afterwards, oh yeah, there's a new Catherine game and more content. That was a dick move, Atlas. Come on, give us the full thing, or not at all. I mean, if nothing that, I mean, yeah, the experience is coming to Switch, fine, but come on, give it to PC as well.
Yeah, I highly doubt Persona 4 Golden is not coming to PC at this point because there's so much evidence proving it could. I just don't like to say things are factual until it factually happens. Do you know what I mean? Does it make any sense?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
moment you say otherwise, you get exposed.
Yeah. But like this could be a good thing, and like this could be a good sign of things to come because Persona 4 Golden, for a very long time, has been a Vita exclusive, and the Vita, as much as I like it and think it's underrated, it's a dead console at this point. Both in America, both in the West and in Japan, it's dead at this point. So, to give it new life, it would be really great, you know. And maybe if it sells well and whatnot, I'll encourage other ports of other games, of other Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games down the line.
Yeah, I would hope so. So I'm really wanting that Persona 5 on the PC. I mean, technically I've got it on PC already, but I'd like it to be officially on PC.
I have confidence that it might happen sooner than we think, due to the fact that Persona 4 Golden's coming soon.
Yeah, I wish they'd add Catherine full body on as an optional add-on.
Yeah.
Though to the base game, I'd like that.
Yeah.
Especially since, as you know, what a Trap fan I am.
Yes. As you know, you're a big fan of traps and whatnot, and well, I guess you already know that one of the characters are a trap and whatnot.
Yes.
Never mind. I was gonna get into something off topic, but let's stay focused.
What's off topic?
Nothing. I was gonna go over a rant of a Catherine video I saw forever ago that kind of missed the point of the game.
A rant on a Catherine video?
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not
I saw
worth
a video. It's not worth ranting over because the person who did it like said that what was the new character's name again? Rin was a trans character, which is flat out not true. And they kept on talking about, oh, how this character treated as a trans, blah blah blah. And like that character's not a trans character though. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It kind of pisses me off and annoys me when I see people treat Traps characters like they're transgender characters. Oh, we were so close to scoring.
As the two are very different.
Or at least you won anyway.
And was there any other games there that caught your eye?
A few others. The a Little Big Planet platformer game looks kind of cute.
Or suddenly something for Sackboy to do.
Yeah, it looks cute. It's very enjoyable and whatnot. I like how one thing I noticed is that when you jumped on some of the guys, I can't remember what enemies they were. When you jumped on one of them, before you jumped on them, they were sleeping, and when you jumped on them, it woke them up. I thought that was a cute little detail.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what like other things? There's a couple other cinematic stuff that looked interesting, but showed no gameplay, and I don't really know what they're about, so don't really have any opinions on them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's one other thing that oh yeah, they showed off a new Oddworlds game.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the Oddworld series?
Vaguely.
It's a pretty neat series, so I'm glad to see it's got a new entry coming to the PS5. So That's neat.
Mm.
Once in Distress is I'm sure all the games that they showed off are coming to PS5, but but I highly doubt that all of what they showed is PS5 exclusive. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll be more. Now Square Enix has started Luminous production to start a whole new IP,
Yeah.
Project Athia. No talk of Kingdom Hearts 4 yet, though I imagine we'll be talk of it soon enough.
I'm sure there'll be talk of some sort of new Kingdom Hearts project soon.
Yeah,
I heard
something
they
that
are
shows more of Kairi, hopefully.
I've heard rumors that there's been something in development for a while. But whether it's Kingdom Hearts 4 or some sort of spin-off thing, I don't know.
And who the hell
We'll
this
have...
girl is that won't be important to Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
Or why we've never heard about her till now.
Well, that's a lot of Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell.
Well,
a bunch of things you never heard of before that suddenly become important.
Yeah. Or rather, Nomura pulled it right out of his ass at the last minute, would be that, though. To try and explain things that didn't make sense.
That's basically Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell, though. Nomura just pulling something out of his ass to explain stuff that he came up with on a whim.
Which makes Kingdom Hearts even more confusing for newcomers.
Why do we like Kingdom Hearts again, even though
because we've been with it since the beginning. That's why.
And it does have a certain charm about it, you know?
Yeah, it's fan fiction on steroids. What's not to love?
Yeah, like...
fan fiction is completely incomprehensible unless you've read it from the beginning all the way to the current state of it.
Yeah, and there's something about... And it's... Despite all its, like, questionable stuff, it's, like... It is kind of enjoyable, and it is kind of... I don't know. I don't know what the word is. It's something interesting.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Yeah, and that reminds me, I'll have to still play Yozora at some point. I'm gonna have to buy that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Kingdom Hearts RE Mind. But apparently we'll finally get to play as Kairi. That character wasn't thrown away.
Yeah.
That was one part of Kingdom Hearts 3 that kind of pissed me off. Don't build this character up and then never use her. I mean, Kairi getting the Captain Phasma treatment really just pissed me off there.
And Nomura certainly has some very unique ideas. Certainly may not always be the best ideas, but are certainly very unique.
You need more people like him.
Yeah.
He just needs to be reined in now and then when his ideas get too out there.
Yeah.
Like trying to make Final Fantasy 15 to a musical.
Yeah. But yeah, there should be. I've heard rumors that there's some Kingdom Hearts project or another that's being worked on. I'm wondering if he's gonna turn Kingdom Hearts into his own. Never mind, I won't say that. It's gonna be a. I wonder if he's gonna. I'm gonna say it because it's a spoiler. I wonder if he's gonna turn Kingdom Hearts into his own personal Versus 13 fanfic. Because there's like a couple of things in Kingdom Hearts 3 that were. Oh, I scored. That were kind of like the secret cutscene of Kingdom Hearts 3 was very similar to in a couple of ways to the old Versus 13 trailers. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but like in the Remind DLC, there's some other things that are kind of very similar to the old trailers. So I'm just wondering, is he just jealous that he never got to make Versus 13, so that's what he's gonna turn Kingdom Hearts 3 into?
I would rather it. I mean, they can go through ideas they never got to explore in Final Fantasy 15 because Square Enix cut it and gave us a crappy book instead, which felt more like a slap in the face than anything else.
For those who are confused why I revert to Versus 13, like when Nomura was developing it was supposed to be like an alternate universe of Final Fantasy 13 called Versus 13. Was in development for too long. They eventually said, fuck it, let's just make it the next mainline Final Fantasy game, 15. And like apparently a lot of ideas Nomura had were just not used and whatnot. So, a bunch of characters he had ideas for were never used and whatnot. He's never publicly said what he feels about this, but like maybe he feels like he was fucked by them and he never got to use his grand idea. So because like there's a couple of things. I'll say it. There's one shot. I'm not gonna give you context for it, but there's one shot in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. There's a secret boss, and like at the end of the secret boss, you get a special cutscene that's shot for shot, exactly like one of the old trailers for Versus 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say which one it is to prevent spoilers, but after you play it, you'll know which one it is, and it is shot for shot exactly the same. So I'm like.
Yeah.
So I'm like going into big brain mode with Kingdom Hearts as you do. I'm like, what is he trying to tell us with this? What does it all mean? You know?
Hopefully the next Kingdom Hearts won't take 10 fucking years or 13.
But it's
Or it won't
really
be
weird.
it won't be in development so long that they have to add a cell phone mechanic to it to stay relevant with the current trends.
Yeah. So, but like, maybe he's gonna include some Versus 13 stuff and ideas in future Kingdom Hearts games and
I hope
whatnot.
so.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. So that done well. And also my next Getting Over It video is coming along. The montage is taking me forever though. So I'm editing it to music.
You know, Kingdom Hearts loves doing like beautifully rendered, but kind of nonsense at the time cutscenes that later on kind of make sense, and you're like, oh, that means that. But when they first come out, they're just sort of nonsense to you. They're just a bunch of cool shit on the screen, you know.
That's because they're nonsense to the developers as well. The developers make it make sense afterwards.
They're probably like, hey, I feel like making this cool shit. How's it gonna make sense? Let's figure it out later. Then later they're like, okay, let's figure out how this makes
Kingdom
sense
Hearts
now.
is hardly alone in that.
Yeah.
I mean, all the Uncharted games, they well, admit, yeah, we make all the cool scenery later, and then we just write the story around it. It's
Yeah.
like, why is there a pirate ship in Uncharted 3 when it makes absolutely no sense and takes away from the main story? Well, we'd already made the stuff beforehand, so we had to write the story around it. Hello?
And like the Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending is no different. It's very beautiful, a lot of striking imagery, a lot of cool shit. None of it makes any sense.
At least hope we can finally find out about the Master of Masters and what the hell he even wants or what he's doing in the series at this point.
I mean, I'm curious. What did you think of the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending?
Well, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, okay.
Then get into
Like
the Remind trailer.
Wait, say again?
I'm getting to the Kingdom Hearts Remind ending first.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, but safe to say, Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending is basically the same. Very beautiful, striking imagery. None of it makes any sense, at least right now.
At least, if nothing else, I hope Kingdom Hearts will finally stop trying to pull the same plot twist on us and just reveal who's behind everything already.
Oh,
And let's use Kairi.
What same plot twist that like this
Kingdom
guy
Hearts 1. Maleficent is the bad guy. No, she's not. It's actually this guy called Ansem. He was her pawn all along. Okay, well in Kingdom Hearts 2, Ansem was the bad guy and we destroyed him. No, he wasn't. He was actually the pawn of Xemnas. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 3. Turns out Xemnas was the bad guy. No, he's not. Master Xehanort was actually behind everything all along. Okay, finally, Kingdom Hearts 3 over. Yes, we destroyed Master Xehanort. No, you didn't. Turns out he wasn't the bad guy either. He was actually the pawn of this other guy, Lushu, who we came up with at the last minute. Turns out he's also the pawn of some other guy called the Master of Masters. Stop it already.
Well, I know.
This series is worse for that than Jigsaw.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better than that, because at least like we do fight the bad guy. With Saw, I feel like it's worse because like they literally pull the same plot twist over and over again. It's like the main bad guy is always Jigsaw, but there was also this person helping them the entire time that was never involved in the major plot until now and whatnot.
I mean, honestly, Kingdom Hearts is getting even worse than Deus Ex Mankind Divided at this point.
Why? In what way?
They pulled that plot twist as well.
I don't remember
throughout
the
the
plot
entirety of the
twist.
game.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Deus Ex Mankind Divided, but I must have forgot that plot twist.
Well, they do it all the time. Okay, is this the bad guy? No, he's the pawn of someone else. Was this the bad guy? No, he's also the pawn of someone else. Is that... No, 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 no. Who is the bad guy already? Well, it's this guy that was behind it all along. And you just gave him what he wanted, so the entire mission was pointless. Well, then what the fuck's the point of this game? There was none.
To be fair, Xehanort was the main bad guy of this arc, of the Dark Seeker saga, as Nomura calls it. But it's just like there are now other bad guys apparently lurking and are causing other drama. Maybe.
And he was also just the pawn of some other guy all along.
Yeah. Was he? Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't a pawn. He had his own plan. He did his thing.
Yes, all of which were influenced by Lushu.
How did Lushu influence it?
Or was it during... No, he probably did, he probably didn't. I don't even know anymore. This franchise is so weird.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in Kingdom Hearts 782/3 days.
Or Kingdom Hearts whatever at this point, so I don't think 4 is out for a while.
No, it took me
whatever
years.
it is, just let's control Kairi more.
You know, it took me years to entirely realize 315 over 2 days meant as a title. I knew the 358 part was like, oh, it took over this amount of time. But I'd never got the 2 part until someone explained to me, oh, it's involved with Shion and Roxas. And I was like, oh! Now I get it. It took me years to figure that out. Don't know if that's because I'm retarded or if it's because Kingdom Hearts is convoluted.
It's
Probably
convoluted. It makes sense if you've been with it since the beginning, though, yeah, it is really convoluted. I mean, it became pretty clear that they've been just making stuff up as they've gone along and trying to go back and make it make sense. And I can at least applaud them for trying that.
But hey, I'm having fun with it and still enjoying it, so keep on having fun with it, you know?
Yeah. And along with the whole time travel thing just kind of came out of nowhere, but you know, it's there.
And like, I think, and like, I wouldn't say Kingdom Hearts is complex necessarily. It's just kind of a bit convoluted in the way it can be explained at times, or the way things happen. Like, if you play from beginning to end, and like follow it and whatnot, it's like pretty simple and like pretty much good guy versus bad guy plot. But it's just like if you're in the try to get in through the middle or at any other point, it just like comes like fucking overwhelming and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta play everything.
At least watch the cutscenes on YouTube. But we love it at this point, and we support it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't exactly deny supporting it at this point when I've got a replica Keyblade in my room.
Oh yeah, replica Keyblades are freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's still there.
Well, they're freaking awesome. Take pride in that, man. Do you feel guilt for liking Kingdom Hearts?
I question it at times with how awkward the series has become as of late, though. It's there. And I'll definitely be getting Kingdom Hearts 4.
I don't really question it. I question it, but I don't really like. I just am sort of like, hey, this is a train ride, or like this is a ride. I'm getting off it. It's fun as shit. Let's see where this crazy tank takes us. You know, it just keeps on bringing us to new and special places that I would never have predicted.
Only wonder what Disney World they're gonna take us to this time, or if they're gonna bother with that anymore. But yeah, Disney will make them, I suppose.
Yeah, don't question your love for Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe Star Wars. That'd be nice.
Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me if it happens at one
Or
point.
Marvel.
Yeah, don't question your love from Kingdom Hearts, or else you're gonna have to. You'll have to suffer.
Sora fighting dark-powered Kylo Ren. I mean, what's not to love about it?
Yeah, fuck it. I'd watch that. Like seriously, like fucking go to a Kingdom Hearts world around a sequel trilogy, even though I don't
Mhm.
like the sequel trilogy, because fuck it. Sora fucking around with Rey and the others, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it would actually give the other characters some personality.
Yeah, maybe.
I think, and all the other sequel trilogy actors said that there's no way in hell they're coming back to the Star Wars at this point, so I wonder who they'd get to voice them.
Yeah, but they could get, like, sound-alike to voice them.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, dear God. I wonder how they must have felt seeing all the crap characters they had to play. And then being told,
No,
yeah,
no,
you're stuck with these
I'm
things for at least 3 movies.
I'm being serious. I don't like the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, but fuck it. Like, if they ever did a Kingdom Hearts sequel trilogy fucking level, I'd be on board with that. That'd be fucking fun to tool around with.
Or
If
help
nothing
better
else.
yet, the original trilogy.
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
not?
Sora, the Death Star has turned into a Heartless, or been possessed by
Yeah.
it. Why not?
Sure, why not? Just do it.
Yeah.
Just why
And
not?
yes, the Destroyer of Worlds is now the Devourer of Worlds.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
I'll fucking boss fight with Darth Vader and whatnot, and just have a bunch of cool force powers to use against Sora and whatnot. Have them, I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Write
fought worse
yourself.
than that by this point.
What?
He's fought worse than that by this point, hasn't he? And nothing's happening. Alright, let's exit this and join another one.
Okay, you say so. A minute, what the heck? You won't let me. Oh, there you go. Now let me leave the match.
There you are.
And of course, it let me leave as soon as the match was getting started.
Yeah, but it was taking a while. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, have
Perhaps
them
we'll
go
have
to
Final
the harbor.
Fantasy characters back again.
You know what the Kingdom Hearts series needs to get more of? This is
What?
gonna sound like sarcastic, but I'm being serious here. It should go balls to the wall fanfic in the future. You know what I mean? Like, I want fucking Luke Skywalker, the Avengers, Sora
that?
teaming up to take down fucking
Where'd you
waves
go?
and waves of Heartless, while fucking, I don't know,
Okay.
some Disney
I don't know what
villain.
happened there. We got separated. Anyway. Okay, you in the
Okay.
main menu now?
You want me to? Okay, I'll X.
Yeah, we got separated. I don't know what the hell happened there.
It's not letting me leave the match.
No, it's not.
That's awkward.
Okay, you stay in that match then. I'll just talk here in the main menu.
I'm gonna,
So
I'll
what
wait.
you're saying?
I'll keep checking to see if it lets me leave the match. Oh, there you go. Now it's letting me leave the match. There you go. Now I've left.
You keep saying the Kingdom Hearts series needs what?
It just needs to go balls to the wall fanfic at this point. Like,
No, I thought it already did that.
Yeah, but you can go deeper. I want a fucking level where you're teaming up with Luke Skywalker, the Avengers, and maybe some other Disney heroes as you fight against waves and waves of Heartless and Maleficent and some other Disney villains are all
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
she's still in the
catch.
plot, isn't she?
Yeah, Maleficent, fucking other Disney villains that I can't think of at this moment are all also your final boss, and you and the Avengers with frickin' Luke Skywalker are all just like taking them and doing some over the top anime shit.
Well, I'm not
And,
even really
like,
sure about Maleficent being in it at this point.
Do you not think my idea though was a good idea, right?
Well, not even the in a nutshell video mentioned Maleficent. They didn't even mention her to do a hello, I'm here and still important to the plot, and then have everyone laugh at her.
You're looking for a match, right?
Hmm?
You're looking for a match, right?
Oh, you're out. Okay. They're searching now.
I'm talking about, what do you think my idea of like the Avengers, Luke Skywalker, and Thor teaming up to fight Heartless? What about that idea?
Well, it wouldn't work as characters from other worlds can't interact with each other directly, so... So with the Avengers, though, I could see that.
That's why I'm saying Kingdom Hearts should say, fuck it with worlds can't interact with each other. Forget that rule, and just have a bunch of Disney characters interact with each other and do a crazy shit.
But no, the series does need to have some consistent rules to it.
Yeah, but then we
Or
get
else,
have...
or else the series just totally loses its way then.
Yeah, but then we get Luke Skywalker and the freaking Avengers teaming up together to do shit.
Yeah, but I still think it would be a bit of a jumping the shark moment for the franchise. There needs to be some consistency to the rules.
And then let's just have a Star Wars world where they team up with Luke Skywalker or fuck even Rey and Finn and whatnot. And let's have them kill a bunch of guys. Be fun.
I know. Finn's special attack can be shouting Ray really loudly and deafening people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also, which I heard in Remind they do add Final Fantasy characters again, so it looks like he did remember them.
Yeah. They came up with this whole, well, we think the series can stand on its own now. We don't care. We expect them to be there.
Yeah.
And I also expected there to be some kind of Coliseum-like area where I could train up. Like, what the hell? Even the PSP game had that.
Yeah.
I don't have to go back to Baymax's world over and over again to train.
Yeah.
That just sucked. And I guess when you go into the world, actually making it open world, that'd be nice.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Rather than just having it be just a series of big rooms that are made to look bigger than they actually are.
Yeah, or just like, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't really take advantage of the fact that it had much more bigger open levels. I feel like certain instances they did, like, it sort of did it in parts of Big Hero 6's world, but I feel like there was still a lot of missed opportunity there.
Well, if I had to guess why, I would say the main reason they did is because originally it was going to be for 3, but it got delayed so much to 4. And by that point, some of the base game was already done. It was hard to mess with. And they just didn't want to do it over again. So yeah, that's the life support I'm throwing them for that.
Wait a minute, like you're saying it was supposed to be on PlayStation 3 at one point?
Well, look at how long it took. One of the reasons it took so long is because Disney would just dragging their feet with approval for all the worlds and the stories. Especially with Frozen. I mean, remember how Disney botched that level up?
Well, like, from what I understand is it, like, took them a year to get the script approved by the original writers and whatnot, because they were very particular on how the characters were portrayed and whatnot. So, yeah. But, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. But, like, still, though, if it was originally for the PlayStation 3, then why were the worlds so big?
Well, the worlds felt big, because you could run up stuff. Though, again, at the same time, there was still that whole go from this room to that room thing.
Yeah.
That was still there. That was still consistent, and that was really annoying. And it was still mostly contained. It wasn't really open world when you get down to it.
I don't think it needs to be open world. I just, like, feel like there's...
Well, no, that should be what a Kingdom Hearts game should feel like. What's the point of going to all these other worlds if at the end of the day they're just a series of rooms? No, let me explore these other worlds. I mean, sure, they're contained to an extent, but really, let me explore these really other worlds from Disney, Pixar, or whatever.
I do find it funny. I do wonder if the whole fucking Frozen song randomly in frickin' Kingdom Hearts 3 was just there to just be a wank off to Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Or if like Disney mandated that, like you have to recreate frame by frame the Let It Go song, or else we won't let you use the Frozen world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Disney really botched that up with Ziff did meddling. Well, that's a good shot.
And also, what the fuck? And also, here's my complaint. They do, like, a perfect shot-for-shot recreate with just Sora, Donald, Goofy going, huh? In the background for Let It Go. But we don't get a single song reprisal for fucking Tangled. That's the real criminal offense here. Tangled had some dope-ass songs, and then the Frozen got too much love.
Yeah, with Tangle, they probably weren't too concerned with it. But, I mean, what would Sora really do there with I Have a Dream?
I don't know. I guess they could have. Well, they could have done the same thing they did for Frozen. They could have just done a shot-for-shot remake with them going, over and over
Yeah, I
again.
mean, it's like their dream to save the world or something. Well, I don't know what is Sora's dream at this point. To finally remember that his mother exists. Oh no, what is his dream?
Fuck it. You know what? I want a National Treasure World as well. That would be actually kind of cool, I think. A National Treasure World where we're teamed up with Nicolas Cage and the other guys. They're all hunting down treasure and whatnot. You think about it, Kingdom Hearts is kind of very edgy in a funny way. Disney characters and shit, yet you have like Hot Topic wearing Organization 13 and whatnot.
Who?
Let's be honest, it's stylish as fuck.
I think Kingdom Hearts is probably going to get a bit more adult as time goes on. I would hope.
Get what?
It's going to get a bit more adult as time goes on, I would hope.
Maybe.
I mean, Birth by Sleep, they had a premeditated murder, so why not?
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Should we go back to talking about the PS5 again? We talked about Kingdom Hearts for a while.
Yeah, okay. Well, Kingdom Hearts is, it's one hell of a topic.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, already there's people still making mods for it.
Really, there is?
yeah.
I didn't know
Yes,
about that.
there are. For emulated versions of the game, they're still making mods for it.
Well, what mods
Including
are
one guy
available?
making a mod that replaces Sora with Aqua in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, you can make mods for emulated games. Semu proved that.
I mean, we're kicking ass right now.
And mods do make everything better.
Yeah.
Just ask Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Also, just ask fucking Skyrim and the Beyond Skyrim project, which you probably have no idea what that is, do you?
An idea.
Oh, you
Well,
do?
I wouldn't ask Skyrim. I would ask Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, they also know about the Beyond Skyrim project?
I don't follow Skyrim that much. Anyway, so
Oh,
saying mods make everything better.
Well, Phil, I just want to say this because it's actually kind of awesome. Beyond Skyrim is a project made by a couple of mod teams, but they're trying to recreate basically the entirety of Tamriel, like Cyrodiil and like Morrowind and the other places.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually a few years ago released sort of a teaser for it called Beyond Skyrim Bruma, where it allows you to explore County Bruma and other parts of it. And they've been working for several years now, and they're making good progress. So it's really cool, really cool.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what people can come up with. And it's why I'm learning programming, so I can start getting in on it.
Anyway, on top of that, what else is going on? Oh yeah, we're talking about the PS5 and other stuff. I'm trying to think, are there any
Final
other
Fantasy
games?
Remake 7... Well, Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 will definitely be on it.
Yeah.
Just It will be on the PS4. And if you remember, we are... What do you think that one's going to be like? And I don't know why it's got an elephant.
I honestly don't have a clue. The only thing I think of maybe that what level was it called where there was a bunch of mini games?
No, I'm wondering what part Zach's gonna play.
Yeah. I'm probably not getting the PS5 on launch or anything. Probably wait till it builds up its library a bit.
Well, I won't. I'm gonna be investing in other things for most of the time being. I mean, one of them is that dress.
Is what?
One of them is the dress.
Oh, right. Right.
So if you can think of... So, that's something you can think of. Any questions you can think of to ask me or Cloud. Then I'm ready to write them down. So, well, I'm already in character at the moment.
Well,
Yeah, I painted my nails before this.
Oh, awesome. I
And
guess.
discovered again how hard it is.
Why do you have such? I don't know. I'm trying to think of some silly, dumb questions as well as some serious questions. I guess for a silly question, why is your hair so spiky?
Well, I guess he was built after an anime character. They do tend to have awkward things. So yeah, I'll put that one down. Just a moment. I'll have to drive off to nowhere like an imbecile so I don't get kicked while I write this down. Okay, now I'm back. What the? I'll be kicked for being idle. I was driving. Come on, man. How did it know I was idle? Just because I was driving in a straight line for a while.
I get that even when I'm being really active. Rocket League's been weird with that recently. Like, I'll be just driving, like, normally and whatnot, and suddenly I'll be like, oh, you're kicked for being inactive, even though I was being very active.
Yeah, and now Rocket League is trying to start racists online now.
In what way?
Well, didn't you see the message they had
I
at the start?
just threw stuff to get on quickly, so no.
Oh, yeah. We are now standing with Black Lives Matter, and we're trying to stop racists online, which is kind of an awkward statement. Especially considering Black Lives Matter tends to be incredibly racist. Itself, you know, how companies are these days. We do something that is socially acceptable and feel good about it. Praise us.
Anyway, oh yeah, I just remembered another game. The Spider-Man sequel is coming out to PS4.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
and
that one.
PS5. And looks like
with
leaks I
Miles
read were-
Morales, really. Like, come on, he was damn annoying in the first game. You're bringing him back.
Well,
I mean, at least this time he has powers, I guess. So there's that. I
Also,
hated playing him in the original Spider-Man game.
also,
I mean, it felt like a punishment.
Those are 4 stealth segments. That's because they were 4 stealth segments.
Well, no, because there were 4 stealth segments. I got stealth as Spider-Man. It just felt like, okay, you played as Spider-Man, now you get to play as Regular Man. I don't want to play as Regular Man. Too bad! You're playing as him! And if you fail, you'll start over again.
That reminds me of an image I saw on Twitter where it says when you remember that you weren't bitten by a radioactive spider and whatnot, and it just showed some guy in the sky with the title Man. It's not Spider-Man, just Man.
No. I mean, I hated those 4 stealth sections so much. Why am I playing as Mary Jane and Miles Morales? Take these sections out. I don't like them. I don't want to play as these characters. I want to play as them. I bought a game starring them, not one starring Spider-Man.
Oh, this is off topic. Can I say something totally off topic that I just remembered?
Sure.
Sorry, this is very important. I just remembered it right now and I want to say it before I forget. You know the meme where Obi-Wan says, hello there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been watching the Clone Wars cartoon, the 3D one recently. And there's an episode where, like, Obi-Wan is trying to sabotage the engines of an enemy ship. And Grievous and a bunch of his battle droids get the drop on him. And Grievous actually jumps down himself and says, hello there. So they actually incorporated the meme a bit.
As they should. It was a good meme.
You should check out the 3D Clone Wars cartoon at one point.
And it's on Disney Plus, and I have that. I'll get to it at some point. I'm just
I'd
busy with a
recommend-
lot. I'm busy with a lot of things at the moment that are just taking too much of my priority time.
That's fair. When you do watch it, I recommend looking at the chronological order in which they take place, because the original show did it out of order and it can get kind of confusing.
Yeah, I do hate it when TV shows do that.
Anyway, back to the topic. I wanted to share that because I just remembered that and I didn't want to forget.
I mean, the only anime series I would forgive for it is Kara no Kyokai.
Fair enough.
And that's because that show is actually good.
And did have a point to being out of order.
Well, the point of it being out of order was to show you, first off, these are the characters, they're badass. This is the kind of stuff they deal with, and then you see where they started out.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you watch the very first episode of that, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's starting in the middle, but you get a sense of who the characters are and how powerful they are.
Makes sense.
And it's back to the garage.
Me. Want to go one more round?
Yeah. I mean, you still have questions to ask me. Remember, that was one of the points of this live stream.
All right, involving Cloud. Right, almost forgot.
Hey, come on, don't make me paint my nails for nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. Who is hotter in a dress, you, Chifa, or Eris?
Okay.
Let me think.
Feel free to ask more general questions about the story as well, not just about the dress.
I won't.
Don't confine your thinking there.
What's your favorite memory of your time in Soldier?
Okay, there's one. I'd have to really think about that one. And now, if you would, just stop. Do not kick me, Rocket League. Do not.
Oh, I got an achievement. Sky
Oh,
high.
good. Okay. At some point, I'm going to have to learn how to write left-handed. Yes. Another thing, how's your sword attached to the back?
Is the sword compensating for something? Oh no. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know, they don't all have to be comedic. Some can be serious. Like, what is... Hatred with Sephiroth, that could be a pretty big one.
Sure, what's your beef with Sephiroth?
For those who don't know.
No, we don't know. That could be a comedic thing where you can say, like, you burned down my hometown and whatnot. They'd be like, oh, that would explain it. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Okay. I'm sure we'll come up with a lot better questions as we go on. But yeah, okay. Sorry I'm sucking in this one. I have to try to control Amber at the same time.
Damn, I swear. I'm trying to think.
Why was I not born left-handed? Okay. I do. Why you're not moving?
What's your ultimate goal in life?
That'd be it. Okay, that's good. And driving with one hand, it's possible, but really difficult.
Which is better, Clown? Motorcycles or cars?
Well, come on, that's obvious. Motorcycles.
True enough.
I mean, what's so great about cars, really?
More likely to keep
They
you
cost
safe,
way more. They cause way more pollution, and they're so much less maneuverable for a person with a sword. Where motorcycles, they're all that, and they're manly.
Damn, missed it.
Yeah, missed it too.
Yeah. If you were to describe Shinra in one word, what would it be?
Okay, so let me get that down. I'll have to send you all these questions later. But even then, it'll still take me a while to actually get the dress, so there's plenty of time to come up with more.
Good. I think we came up with some good ideas.
Okay, so describe Shinra in one word.
Left on the clock.
You ever sit in bed at night as you're trying to go to sleep and think about, man, Assassin's Creed really blueballed and took a promising plot nowhere?
No, I usually think of other things when I can't sleep.
Well, I've been thinking about that recently. It's pissing me off again.
No, but I usually
Every
think
once
of
in a
that
while,
infomercial by Tipsy Duck. I'll spray away.
every once in a while, I have this bad habit of every once in a while seeing Assassin's Creed and thinking of how much better the plot could have been. If they actually did anything that they promised instead of just blueballing people. And I just get to realize, wow, it could have been really great. Too bad they fucked it up. I know that seems weird to focus on, but like I have issues. I haven't entirely moved on.
Going to need a tune-up after that.
Okay, do you want to do one more round, or are you good for tonight?
Yeah, one more.
Well, it's searching for the map. Another round. I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick.
Okay.
Just one hit. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Be the last match for the night, and then I'm gonna head out. I got lucky.
Make sure I think of more questions while we're at it.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not here to win. It's nice, but it's not the main point of this podcast.
Yeah.
If it was, we'd be off the air years ago.
Okay. Oh shit.
And we'd be back to doing infomercials like the kind Tipsy Duck does. And
Yeah.
in fact, that'd be interesting. Maybe I could incorporate one of those into the break time of the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yes. Different from the spray away, obviously. In fact, I know. I'll try to make an infomercial for a belt.
That could be would be interesting.
I'm sure I could think of some interesting way to sell that. Wow, none of us hit it.
Damn, these guys are destroying us. Darn it, one sec. An alarm going off in the background.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, I've got it now. Do you always get wedgied by bullies all the time? Do they follow you home, always willing to grab your underwear with all the subtleties of a sexual harasser like Harvey Weinstein? Do you have a crippling depression that makes you want to end your life because you're bullied so much, knowing it will never end, and knowing that whatever you say, the teachers will always take the bully side, leaving you all alone? Well, good, because we got something for you. Introducing our new invention called the Belt. This thing will give you the support you need. Whenever a bully comes up behind you, you can take this thing off and use it to brutally whip them to death.
Sold.
Yes,
Sure.
see this is a bully. Look at how much bigger he is than me. Look at how I can't defeat him with my bare hands. But once I take this off, that eye is coming right out with one solid whip, and he's on the ground crying forever, never to bother me again. Or see fully. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just solving more violence with more violence? Well, to that I say, how do you think the Nazis were beaten, stupid? So what are you waiting for? Order now. And then have an actual Amazon affiliate link, because why not? I'm an asshole.
Sure.
I might as well make money out of it. I mean, if you want to blame anyone, blame Tipsy Duck. He gave me the idea.
Sounds like a useful idea.
Yeah. Also sounds like a useful idea for child abusers, but hell, they've had that idea for years already anyway. I mean, I can never get that spray away ad out of my mind whenever I can't sleep.
No. Ah.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing that one?
No, I haven't.
What
That's
the? I sent it to you.
You did?
Yes, spray away.
You must have you know what? I probably watched it and forgot about it.
It's a Tipsy Duck video. How the hell do you forget that?
I'll have to. Oh, well, send it to me again, or you know what? I'll look it up after this podcast.
Well, I'll send it to you. Yeah. Or do I have to remind you that I'm V, you are G, and we never knew anyone called Z? I was like, how do you forget one of his videos?
Fair enough. Yeah, I probably haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I must. Maybe it didn't go through.
Yeah, so fine. Start shoving infomercials into a podcast, because at this point, why the hell not?
Yeah, why not?
So no more streaming them when we do those episodes. Or I suppose I could stream it and then play it as a media source while we're having the break.
Yeah, maybe I'd be up for either or you can make them their own videos.
And upload them later, I know. No. Perhaps you could help film them as well.
I wouldn't be against that. Though I do have a shitty camera.
Camera quality doesn't matter. Look at some of the videos I've done.
Fair enough.
And I can usually fix that in editing. Usually. I mean, a smartphone camera is all you need these days. You know, think about it, I probably spend a bit too much on video production equipment. Yeah. That, and possibly I should start investing more in color correction instead. Because we're needing a dress in this episode, that's probably going to be needed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wear that, and then just hope none of the people I'm talking to in China will ever see it.
Hmm.
Or ensure them my private and public life stay separate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit weird, but I can't help it. My creative side just needs to be set free sometimes.
I get you completely.
No matter how weird and strange it is. I'd rather get it out that way than do what Tipsy Duck did when he was in college.
What did he do?
Drugs.
Oh.
Probably not surprised, considering his videos.
Hmm.
So you get that one, and also his video about riding a bike. It's really terrifying. He can take even what should be the simplest family-friendly idea, and he can make it absolutely freaking terrifying. This is one of his talents.
14 seconds left. Can we make it? No. But we'll still try. At least we got 1 point in.
No. Hey, he scored.
Ooh,
Good.
I sort of indirectly
Yeah,
scored.
want another round after this? Just one more to get more questions in.
Okay, one more. But then I really have to go.
Okay.
Ah, blue guy accidentally started in. Blue is the winner. Congratulations, Blue, you did it.
Always sucks in Rocket League, can't find a player.
Tonight, or like, do you want to escape and try to retry it?
Yeah, let's retry it. There we go, searching now.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could ask Cloud, why is your sword so long?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. Oh, it's a better one.
Maybe you could ask Cloud. Ask Cloud. What's your favorite drink?
Okay, I'm sure I can come up with that one. Okay, I'm writing down a question now. That's why I suck at the moment.
That's fine. I'm trying to think too.
Yeah. Driving one-handed is not easy. Possible, but not easy. You can't really use the turbo.
We're in the lead, 2-0.
MLT Hubby 1 scored. Whatever that means. Yeah. Damn you, Messel Gamer 45. Or Messy Gamer 45, okay. We have all that. I have, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yes. I suppose if I get Vincent Valentine off, we could ask, do you regret Dirge of Cerberus?
Yeah, we could ask
I
him that.
sure do. And I'm sure Square Enix does as well. That's probably one of the reasons they did the remake, to make sure this whole Dirge of Cerberus thing never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that Square Enix being like, okay, yes, we know that Dirge of Cerberus, it happened. How about we just make peace and forget about it, though?
Yeah.
No. We'll make sure Aerith lives this time. Okay.
Okay, I'm sure they were happy with to do that.
Yeah. All we gotta do to get rid of Dirge of Cerberus is make Aerith live. Sure, we can do that. All this to get us to admit that Kingdom Hearts wasn't that bad because it introduced time travel elements into it. I suppose
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 13, they weren't that bad. So, 13, I don't know. That game just got kind of weird when they started introducing time travel crap everywhere.
Yeah, it did.
No, they should have left that at 1, but they were determined to develop it.
Probably.
Although I do have to give the villain some credit. He used the time travel plot to his advantage rather than to his detriment. That's pretty big. Yeah. I mean, if he only had a bit more charisma, he'd have been more memorable.
Exactly.
I mean, hell, even with Final Fantasy 15, they did a good job of the villain. And even in the novel, they actually do a better job with him.
I believe you. Well, like, what way do they do it better?
Well, during the whole last part of episode Arden, where he's tortured into giving into his fate. Yeah, remember that part?
Or just resolve that he'll do it.
Well, no,
You
it's
do
in
have-
this one he actually realizes, hold on a minute. The god himself had to stop me from killing Regis.
Yeah.
Ooh, that means fate isn't as concrete as the gods want me to believe. If I gain enough power and spread the disease far enough, I can overcome the King of Light. And I can take down the gods themselves. And
Interesting.
he starts getting resolved to do that.
But to be fair though, like in one version of the events, he does give in to the gods' demands.
Yeah, it ends pretty the same way anyway. So the canon ending is supposed to be the one where he tells the god, fuck you.
Okay.
And then the gods realize that, oh fuck, he's gotten too powerful. We've got to do something now, and that's, where everything goes into place.
And the match is about to end.
Yeah. If only they could have actually given us the full DLC. Now maybe they will one day if we complain enough.
Maybe. Well, I have to head out now because I really have to use the bathroom.
Okay.
So, exit
Yeah,
the game.
I know. We can allow Papa G to piss off.
I don't normally like
Literally
doing
and
this.
figuratively.
Yeah. Have a great day, and it was great talking to you all. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Yes, exit the game and leave Discord. Okay, it was great talking to you, and